Now, the world of fitness and nutrition is a very complicated one, and because today is a sports Friday, diets that were detested one day are now superfoods the next day, and the workout craze of the present day or the present time often disappears just as fast as it came about. Now, since we'll be having also Johnson Sambu on studio today, we have Avi Lazarov, or rather Lazaro, who is the creator and founder of DNA Fit, who are trying to link our DNAs to how we should eat and work out. I think this might be something different. Good morning, Avi. What motivated you to start this program, or rather the DNA test, and to begin it with the sport of rugby?
Well, in case of Brian Habana, who is a rugby hero, through understanding his genetics, he obviously found out a lot of information about him that would have been very useful if he had this information before. And what's important, I think, in his initiative, or in their initiative, of trying to develop the world's biggest genetic rugby database, is that it's not just going to transform rugby, it's going to transform the world of sport. And, you know, I must tell you that I'm a South African myself, and Africa has an amazing gene pool. We all know that. You know, if you look in the Olympic Games, you look what African athletics individuals are doing. I think that this is the start of a genetic revolution in Africa. But it's interesting, Brian has started it in his sport, which is rugby. So rugby is the place it's beginning, but the revolution will take over Africa in terms of genetics and sport.
Well, based on your findings, what is the proven impact of this DNA tracing on sportsmen and women?
Okay, well, firstly, I want to tell you that the cost to do genotyping is now quite accessible and low. So it opens up world of research considerably. And, you know, our company, DNA Fit, we did the first ever research project this year in where we showed that when you train to your power and endurance, you can get significant performance gains. I mean, it's amazing, right? But so firstly, we know for sure that if you train to your genetics, you get some natural performance benefits. But if we talk about just Brian for a moment, you know, Brian joins the vision to create the largest rugby database. And if we do that, we can really understand what makes the perfect rugby player. We can understand how is the best way to train, specifically in this case for the world of rugby, to get the best result. And I think that's vital actually into understanding and transforming rugby in a way which has never been done before. But, you know, again, you know, as a company, we work with a lot of athletes. Brian is the first major athlete who launched this rugby initiative. But my goal and the goal is to do it across many different sporting disciplines.
Now, how can you understand the decision that you made to start with this Havana thing?
Well, Brian Habana is, as we know, one of the world's most iconic rugby players. And it was felt that because firstly, he understands how powerful the tool of genetics is in the use of sport and how useful it would have been to him in the use of sport. So Brian was the natural choice because he has the ability to show the rugby community around the world that they can, through the emerging field of medical science, actually understand sports in a way which has never been understood before. And for somebody like Brian to make a statement like that and also believe in the power of genetics in the world of sports and what it's going to do, it shows that, you know, he's clearly a pioneer and he's thinking inside the game and outside the game as well.
Avi Lazaro talking to us about DNA Fit. Maybe this